Yes, hello and welcome to Further Together, Enriching Relationships, Creating a Better Future. Your friends here, Kunze and Priscilla. We are back again.
And yes, it's going to be a good night right here on Further Together. Thank you so much for joining us on yet another episode. We love to see you here. We love when you interact with us, and hopefully, tonight we will do just that.
Tonight is a special night, and we have special guests who are coming. And our topic tonight is becoming
Your partners becoming playing
playing
partners.
partners. If you are in a relationship or in a marriage and you struggle to sit or to play with your partner, be it games, playing in the kitchen and doing things together, by the end of this session tonight, you should be able to create some fun, to have fun moments with your partner. You should be able to have moments where you can go out and play games with your partner. That's why we have invited this special couple, very much dear to us. We follow them on social media, and every time when we see them, we are always gossiping about them, because it's one thing that is very hard with couples. Couples can live together, they can have babies together, but playing together is one of the most difficult things. And by the way, they can even pray together, though sometimes they'll be praying against each other, but praying together. But playing together is one of the most difficult things that we have seen among couples. And we have this couple, very beautiful. They play together, and we make a follow-up on them.
Yes.
So we decided to bring them here.
Yes, I love them so dearly. We both love what the work that they do. They are in ministry, and yet they do find time out
For
to
each other.
enjoy time for each other.
Yes.
And you know what? One thing that we get a lot when speaking to couples is that marriage can be boring, like seriously boring. But how they manage to get the boredom out of marriage is another thing. And we hope that tonight they're gonna share with us some of the amazing tips.
Yes, without further ado, I'd like to invite them, Pastor Silvano and Tasha Chilembwe. We welcome.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much.
Yes, we you are our guest tonight, and those who know you on Facebook, they know you as Tasha and Silvano. But we just wanted to take us through the work that you do, who you are, and how long have you been married as well. We would like to know more, boss. It's easier to play together when it's just the honeymoon period, which we think, and we know that you have passed that phase.
Yep.
Amen. Yeah, introducing ourselves. I'm Pastor Silvano, and my wife,
Tasha.
Yeah, we are ministers of God. We are leading a church called Hope of Life. And at this moment, we just have this privilege to come on to this platform. So we are grateful. We're grateful.
Yeah. How long have you been married, and do you have any children?
Yes, we have a couple, 2 children. Yeah,
All right.
a
And
boy and girl.
how old are they?
Yeah, the boy is 17 and the girl is 15.
My God! So
So
you are becoming granddad and grandma.
Not yet.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been married for 19 years now. We 19 years together.
All right.
Yes, yes.
Uh-huh.
Indeed. Yeah.
All right. And
Yeah, so we're gonna go straight into the game before we get into the discussion.
Right.
We know a lot of people are waiting to know more about you, and we do know that this game will do just that. So we're gonna go straight into the game. So what will happen is that we'll ask a question, and if that relates to you, you will point to yourself, or if it is to your spouse, then you will point to your spouse. So
All
if you
right.
please close your eyes and then we get straight into the game.
yeah, Pastor Silvano, I'm going to ask you to put your hands forward, because you may want to. No, that's all right. I think, yeah. It's so that you don't cheat. You won't tap mom at the back to say, save me, save me. All right, good. with with eyes closed, we are looking at you now.
Okay.
Who is better with directions?
Okay, who snores louder?
Who wakes up first?
And who's better shower singer? Who sings the most when taking a shower?
Who spends more time looking at their phone?
Who's more likely to start an argument?
Oh, that's a difficult one.
All right, we are going to pass that. Who is the spender? Finance.
Who's more romantic? Okay.
Yeah. Who is more adventurous?
Who's more outgoing?
Mm.
Who is the best gift giver? Who gives the best gifts?
Wow. And who takes the longest to get ready?
Finally, who is the best kisser?
Oh my
But thank you. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see this. Yeah, but it's so funny that, you know, as couples, we are quite different. In my house, I take time to change. Coming out of my house, I think I spend the most time of, she's the last person to come out of the house, but I wake up and probably I might need 15, 20 minutes to prepare myself before I step out. You know, just my clothes and everything,
Yeah.
my belt, my shoes.
It takes so much time. For me, that's the quickest thing that I do.
Yes.
Yeah. So how
So
did we do?
you did very well. You did very well. We thank God. You cannot see it now, but you go and see it later on. Yes, without further ado, we would like to ask. I had a picture and it's not, for some reason, it's not coming up. Of you two playing basketball. And on your Facebook, I have seen a video as well. You were playing boxing, you were also playing tennis together. You kind of, you know, every week we have a day or 2 days where but you go out and play games. And you're a pastor, you go to work, you're a father of 2 children. How do you manage to do that?
Right. Is the question coming
To you.
to me now? Okay.
Yes.
Well, first of all, we would like to thank you so much, Cozy and Priscilla, to give us this opportunity to come to your platform and be able to share our experience in our marriage. It's really a good thing, and I thank God for that. Sometimes, you know, we try to put our posters in the social media to show what we're doing, and maybe it can inspire some other people as well. Yeah, the two of us, well, we've started doing this in 2013. Yeah, I'll just give a little bit of a background of what pushed us to do what we're doing now. But what we're doing now is more than what we were doing before. The background is this, that we are pastors, and as a pastors, you know, you tend to do more of church work and not having time to your family. And then with that, I began to see void in my house, that, we're not kind of doing a lot of things together. I could see that my wife is going to church. She's a mother of the church. She's a pastor in the church, but she didn't have that much time together. Always when I come back from work or from church, I would just spend a little time with them, and then doing other things and preparing for church or preparing to go to work. But because of that issue of having void in the house, I thought that, we are not doing things together. It's kind of whatever we're doing, everyone is doing separate. So our plans began to be a divided plan. She would plan her own plans, and I would plan my own plans. And all this, it's been like a challenge in our marriage, really challenge. And we all came to a point to know to start feeling it, but we didn't know how to bring things together because everyone was feeling, and that caused us now to have a plan. We are in UK, but then having planned back home. I'm planning with my family. She's planning with her family. But we in the same marriage, we have children. Instead of planning doing things together, we're now planning things different. And we've seen that we're wasting much of what our resources going to outside instead of building ourselves in. And for that, we thought that what is the way that we can come together, start doing things together. Even in our relationship from those times, we didn't have much conversation. We didn't have chats that we could talk together. I could come maybe from work and getting home and find maybe my brother-in-law has come to visit my wife, and she's laughing with the brother and chat with the brother. The moment I walk in, she would be quiet and go and prepare food for me and give me food and say, run in the shower, say, oh, the water for you to go and have a bath, you can go. And I went there, I come there, I want also to join, to laugh with them, but there was no story between us, what to share with each other. And that has been something that we start looking, what can I do? Everyone, she was on the other side praying. I was on the other side thinking, what can I do with this woman? And then we can do things together. Yeah, we go to church, we present to church that, yeah, we are pastors, and people like and look at us as a young pastors, and they want to see more from young pastors as us. But, we present ourselves laughing like everything is okay, but we come at home, we're not that connected. So that is the point that we start looking into things that we can do together. My wife likes tennis. She loves tennis. And I didn't love tennis as she does. Always when I come home, I want to go to TV. She switch on TV and she's on tennis. And I would ask her, can you change channels? Can you change channels? And, sometimes I felt that, let her do what she's doing. I would just go to bedroom. So so the time is there, and I'm in the bedroom. Yeah, I'm in the bedroom. I'm waiting. My wife, maybe we're gonna have time when you come upstairs. And she comes upstairs. That's very late when you have waited for her for so long and you're tired, and you get sleep. So that was the issue that we began to have. When you have that kind of issue, it's difficult now for you to have that time of romancing together, of intimacy. It's difficult, because you don't have conversation. You don't have anything to talk. Yeah, we were just walking in and then we sleep. Sometimes I'm downstairs and she goes upstairs to sleep. And I'm waiting. Okay, I'll go this time. I'll go there upstairs. She's snoring. And so I'll leave for her to carry on from there. Then I'll explain more how we began to do what we're doing.
What you're doing now, yes.
Yeah. For us, as Pastor has said, that sometimes we get to that place of boredom because we don't have so much to do together. So as time went by in our marriage, when we went through that phase, we know what each one of us like to do and love to watch. For him, we can sit down and watch football. For me, I can sit down and watch football, but I wasn't putting much interest on it. But as time went by, that void, we decided that, as a couple, we can sit down and look into it. What can we do? What are the things that we can do together that each one of us enjoy to do? We would go maybe to the gym together and come back home, watch the same things that I like to watch, like what he watch what he likes to watch, just to bring us closer together. So as time went by, after knowing what each one of us like to watch, we decided to start doing those things together in order to invest in in each other, rather than investing on my own or on his own, whereby I'm not in his plan, even though we are together, but the plan that he's making, he's doing it himself and I'm doing myself. We were not like teammates at that period in time. So in order for us to come together to be teammates, team players, each one of us has to decide, what exactly can I put in order to enjoy the person that I'm living with, the person that I've chosen to marry. All right. So, looking into it and praying, sometimes when we are going through those things, it's hard to see hope, but there's hope.
Yeah.
Reading the Bible, in the book of Proverbs 5 verse 18 says, rejoice in your wife of your youth. But how can you rejoice when you're not doing things together, when you're not planning together? Sometimes we can do marriage without having fun, but that's not the plan of God. He said, rejoice in the wife, in your young wife. That means there are things that you need to do in order to rejoice. There is time that you need to put aside, spending with your partner in order to have that happy marriage. So happy marriage, it's work. There's nothing that you can do without working, without putting an input, without putting in your time. Right. So when we sat down, said, yes, we go to work, we come back. Yes, we've got children, we look after the children. Yes, we do these things, but something is lacking. All right. So when we discovered that, that's when we decided to go on this journey to say, yes, we are growing, but how can we grow together? How can we enjoy together, and how can we create memories? What are we going to do when the children are out of the house? Are we just going to look at each other? You go to work, I go to work, we come back, we cook, we eat, we go and sleep. Is that how we want life to be as we are going? So that's where our journey started.
Yeah, like she said, that was the point where we were say our children are growing. And when children grow, they go. And if they go, for ourselves now, what are we going to be doing? Are we going to be look at each other and live the way we were living? We got to do something. We got to do something. So that what made one day she was watching tennis. And I said, let me just join to watch together. And I thought that, what to do now after the game. I went to buy a tennis racket. And I said to her, let's go and give a try to play tennis. We both didn't know how to play tennis. And herself, of course, she knew all the rules. I didn't know anything about it. But when we got there and we started playing tennis, we enjoyed it. It was fun. We enjoyed it. We liked it. Then I told my wife that, when I was young, I used to play basketball. One day we played basketball. And when I talk about that, I immediately go and buy stuff for it. So I went to buy basketball and I said, let's go and play basketball. And she came with me and I said, yeah, you play this way. And she enjoyed it. Then I began to see that this is working. This is working. As a team, it's working. We're really doing things together. We invited a sister from the church, came together, and we start playing the game together. And it was really, really great for us. Things were working now. And I said, well, we do go to gym. Why do we go to gym? First, we want to be physically fit. And second, we are trying to get rid of what we are accumulating. And yeah, in the with that, I had to say, okay, let's go to gym. We start going to gym, because we teammate. She would go for the place where they just do exercise, body exercise. And I said, no, let's go there and carry weight. And, I had now a partner there, and she's carrying weight. And I was, yeah, this is good. And it's push, mommy, you can do it, push it. And I got my 10 as well. She said, yeah, put more. And, that was like kind of fun. And we loved the gym. And that's everything that we're doing. We just loved it. We were coordinating very well. So, in the time of this lockdown, when it happens, we couldn't go say, well, to get rid of what is accumulating, I think boxing does well, maybe a good exercise, because you're playing all your body, your strength. And with that, we start doing boxing with my wife, and we do. So we've got a time for boxing, we've got a time for basket, we've got a time for tennis, and we got a time to run. And with that, we start to bring into church, telling everybody, church, this is what we're doing. And the people from church, they say, okay, we'll come and see one day. But eventually, the whole church is doing what we're doing. So, yeah, so we went to a couple, we found a couple, and we were chatting. We said, you know what we do? We play basket, we do this together. And the couple there, they were really amazed with what we do. They said, oh, we would love to come one day to do. And they came and they joined us. And now we've got like a team that we have a team. We actually bought the kits for the team. And every Sunday morning at 8 o'clock until 10:30, we play basket. We first run and we do exercise. After that, we start playing basket and playing tennis. It's every Sunday that we do that. We say that let's keep healthy. Yeah, let's just keep healthy. This is a time for us to keep healthy. Sorry, Mama.
No, I was asking, then after the sports, you have your church.
Yes.
Yes.
The good thing is our service starts in the afternoon at 1:30. So we make that the morning time for exercise. But during the week, we also have some dates that we can just the two of us go and play tennis.
By the way, I must say I really love the outfits. I've seen you with your boxing outfits, your tennis,
basketball,
everything. You guys are so on point when it comes to that. What would you say were some of the reasons that were stopping you from
playing together?
You've just mentioned to us how you started this a few years ago. So since you got married, what were some of the reasons? Because I'm sure they can relate to other couples out there. What was stopping you from playing together?
Right. So the reason would be, first, when we got together as a couple, married, I had my desires, she had her desires. And we start working towards our desires and plans differently. And that is what made us to go in different direction. And with that, we saw that whatever we invest in, we not bring things together. We investing separately in different places, and we end up losing whatever we're doing. But how can we start working together? And this playing basket or playing together is brought us to be a teammate. We do things now as a teammate. So whatever I do, she's aware and she's there to help me. When I'm weak, she's there to give me strength, to give me support, and the same likewise. So we do support each other in everything. That actually brought us to be a teamwork. And most of the time, when it comes to cooking, I cook and she cook. We are always in the kitchen together. Yeah. She's cooking this, I'm cooking that, and we have chat in the kitchen like a teammate. We do all things together. We cook together, and yeah, sometimes I just ring my wife to say, where are you? Oh, I'm this way. Can we meet this place? And we just go out and have a dinner, like a lunch together, something together. Just we become friends. But it came out of playing together. just knowing each other. It's the way we have known each other now. Yeah.
Pastor Tasha, you know, from where we come from, I'm quite aware that there's this issue that when you see a man playing very much closer with the husband, there is this issue that the wife did something to the husband. Akanyiswa mankwara. To Malawi, where I come from, in Malawi, this is how we say it in Malawi. That he was given some, so he's no longer thinking. The wife is controlling him. How do you manage to deal with such, you know, such critics probably from the community?
So far, you know, coming in this country has taught me a lot. You know, because like back home, like you're saying, it's rare to see parents doing those things, you know. So we didn't have any role models, you know, that we can look up to say this is what our parents used to do. They'll go and play together, or they will go maybe for walks together. It was hard for us to see. But when we came here and see how people in this country do, we said, I think we can do something different, because at the end of the day, it's the marriage that we want to, the marriage that is going to work for us, you know. So all those things, you know, they are there, but we don't believe in them. Our motivation is to see each one of us grow mentally, physically, you know, everything. Our well-being is far more important. So when we see that culture, our culture, and here the culture of here, we've learned something that we have implemented in our marriage to say, you know what, this is how we want also to grow. Playing together is very vital, because you learn something different from your partner. You can see the joy that brings out from them, because without playing you can't know. You can have a small piece of them, but when you play you can see how the person comes out fully. So that alone has improved and has made me to say, you know, I need to invest more. All right, juju, those who believe in juju, that's for them. We don't believe in juju. We believe in a godly marriage. So based on the scriptures, based on the word of God, that's what we have taken. You know, Songs of Solomon talks a lot of, you know, you and your partner. So if you look at the book of Songs of Solomon, you can learn a lot and implement it.
It's about putting it into practice.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Pastor Tasha. And there may be someone who says, me and my husband don't have shared interests. We are totally opposites. So how do we then get to this place where we play together?
There is hope. That's what I can say first and foremost. One is to find out, what does your partner like? What games does he like? You know, if you want something from them, you need to give something before you get it. It's the same thing that you don't go to the bank and withdraw when you have not invested. If you have not deposited anything, that will be a withdrawn. So sometimes it's because we don't want to see what our partners like, they enjoy doing, and we don't see interest. But when you start slowly, you will see how the other person responds to you. Then you can start withdrawing. Like watching football, you know, it's hard for most women, all right, to sit down 90 minutes to watch football.
Doing nothing.
Yes, you start saying, how can all these men chasing one ball? You see, but it's something that men find it very interesting. You find that people debate a lot, and you know, people can argue because of a football. So if you start, you know, listening and paying attention to what your partner enjoys doing, then put an interest and start learning how those things, you know, can also bring you together. So you can start from there, whether it's the husband or the wife. It works both ways. It works both ways. So what marriage do you want? What kind of a marriage do you want? That's the first question that you need to ask yourself. What legacy do you want to leave for your children?
Yes, Pastor Chilembwe, you mentioned, sir, that there are moments whereby before you started playing together, you would go upstairs, you are in the bed, you look into the sky, waiting for Mama to come. She doesn't come until you sleep. Now that you are playing together, uh, did it change anything? Are there any changes that you have seen now when you go upstairs? Or is she quick to come?
Oh yes, and we teammate. We teammate. When you teammate, you understand, and you can have the sense of your partner.
Mhm.
That your partner needs this because you're teammate now. And when I go upstairs, I don't need to be waiting. She knows that. Oh, all right, this is the
Right.
time that we're gonna go now. So,
Mhm.
yeah, we become a teammate. So it's no longer as it was before, where you have to wait and start to think and start scratching your head what time until you get to sleep. Nowadays is we just get we teammates. Even when you're in the bedroom as well, your teammate, you play very well.
Yeah.
I like that.
Nanoa Koza said they are now go. Oh, it's Nelson Madzikatire. He's saying they are now going to the bedroom together.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the game
Yes.
changed. May I say good evening as well to Pastor Julie, praise check. Apostle Chikwama is also here. Pastor Stanley Navera is here. Nelson Madzikatire, Rufaro Rachi. Thank you so much for joining us. Elder Chiwai, Gabriel Chiwai, it's good to see you. And Nanoa Koza, thank you so much for joining us. We are with Pastor Silvano and Tasha Chilembwe, and we are speaking about, being partners or playing together as partners. This is one of the most difficult things that we have seen. You can plan together, but playing together is one of the most difficult things among couples. That's why we have brought these guys. They play tennis, basketball, go to gym together, and I'm emulating that because some of
Yes.
the areas I do.
And I hope somebody's listening right now and there'll be deliverance in this house.
Hallelujah.
Because I need a gym body right now. So
Yes.
thank you for coming on the platform. Hopefully, by the grace of God.
To the glory of God.
Yes. There may be some people who are watching and they've reached this state of boredom and they do not know, they don't have any ideas as to what to do. Can you just share some of the tips that you have for us?
Yes. One of the things is to have a conversation.
Mm.
Keep the communication line open. Have a sit down, whether over a meal, and talk to your partner and tell them exactly how things are, how you see things. And the other person has to listen as well and, take that thing on board, because sometimes we just assume that my partner knows, but they might not know because they can't read our mind. So when we bring things to the table and discuss, not thinking the other person is attacking me, but listening. When you listen, you start now seeing, okay, how can we improve or how can we start? And when you do that, you can write down the things that each one of you likes to do, and you can pick up the things that you can start, even like playing cards together, sitting in the house and play cards together. It's difficult because others, they don't like to play cards, but if you start from there, or maybe, like we used to play a game whereby alphabet, alphabet, you start, name any country that you want. We sit down, we take papers with the children, write our names, and we do all the letters. All right. And you see how competitive we are. You think like there's a prize that we're gonna win. No, but you're just creating, that environment whereby you just want everyone to put a smile on everyone. All right.
Yeah.
So those things you start slowly, because you cannot just expect something big, otherwise it will fall apart. But you start building slowly, take baby steps, and as you are going, you see that soon and very soon you start enjoying what the other person really likes to do, whether it is watching football, in as much as it may sound like you can't do it, but patience, because you know the reason why you are sitting down there 90 minutes. Or if it is to watch a hockey or whatever things that you, or discovery channels whereby your partner likes to watch geographical channels, sit down, and that way you're learning also something that you might not have known. So it's just a matter of knowing what you want to get out of it. What are your goals for doing that? It's not only about material stuff, but our well-being is very important. So we can look after each other by participating with each other's interests and enjoying each other's interests and hobbies. If it is cooking, I have to learn the way he cooks. It might not come out the way he does it, but at least I'm showing an interest. If it is to maybe go for a walk, why does he want to go for a walk? Can I not join in, spare my 15 minutes or 10 minutes of my time? You're doing it for him, but also it will also soon and very soon help you in a long run. So it's just finding that time. There's a lot of time that we can make here in the UK as couples, and we can enjoy. There are so many places, so many things that we can do. It's just seeing what exactly you really want to achieve.
Oh, yes. Well, if you are watching right now and you've been longing for this, you are told, Pastor Tasha is saying, don't start big. Don't think of, oh yeah, we want to go for a basketball match for 1 hour. Start with little things in your house. Take baby steps. Sooner or later, you will reach where you want to reach. You will get there where they are now. What more shall we say apart from saying thank you so much for coming to share with us how to become playing partners in marriage, which is one of the most difficult things to do. And for those who are watching, thank you very much for joining us. We really hope that you also implement this. If you want to get in touch with Pastor Silvano as well as Pastor Tasha, Pastor Silvano, he's on Facebook as Peter Silvano. Join them, go there. You see very inspirational pictures and videos of them playing together. By the way, these people, they are pastors, they run a ministry, but they also have time for each other. For me and my beautiful wife, we are going to give it a try. I'm hoping that this year I'll join the gym and I'll be going with you. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.